a secret mission today. We couldn't tweet or Snapchat about it because we were having brunch with Oprah!
And it was everything. So, okay.
Everything.
So, Erin and I have been named on the Super Soul 100, which is a group of 100 consciousness-raising, amazing human beings who are using their work as a way to elevate social understandings of how we're working with one another and how we're living in this world. That's my impression of it. And it included us, which we are so grateful for and so gracious about and just so happy about, and I still can't process it. But so this weekend, coming to Super Soul Sessions was part of it. Today we had brunch on the own lot. We did a photo shoot with the whole group and then with our group, which is the creatives. So I got to stand behind Ava DuVernay and not freak the F out.
Yeah, I was right next to Sophia Bush and
Nate Parker, whose film just got the highest sale out of Sundance. And Ingrid Nielsen, who just was so kind and open and wonderful with us. And we got to spend 2 days of just heart to heart with her, and Prince EA, aka Richard, who is this phenomenal YouTuber who just our soul brother, who is just so tuned in, so spiritually conscious, so spiritually aware, and who just gave us so much this weekend.
Yeah.
And endless others. The teachers include Marie Forleo, Chris Carr, Gary Zukov, who I got to spend so much time with today, and just all of these, Gina Rodriguez and Sophia Bush, and anyways, you will link so that you know all the people on the list, because we could probably spend this whole thing just going through the list. But I think, like, where do we want to start? How do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I felt such a nervous energy. Like, I actually started sweating in the van on the way there, because I was like, oh my God. And then when we got there, it just felt so nice. Like, it just felt so good, and it felt so beautiful. And even when Oprah was in the room, like, there was definitely excitement, but I didn't feel like I was losing a voice. Like, sometimes when you're starstruck, you just feel like you can't speak around that person. And I didn't feel that way. And I think just because of the circumstance of being at the brunch and being honored with 100 of these other really incredible people, it just was so nice. Like, it was just, it was calm. Like, there was a calmness to it. And, you know, Ava DuVernay, who has her South by Southwest keynote, is something that we've really used as an anchor through the entire Dream Girl process. Like, truly has been a spiritual guide. Her Serve the Story has just really influenced the way that we've been working, the way we try to work, and the way we keep on Dream Girl as, you know, finding that core of how do we serve the story. And so even seeing her come in the room, at first I was like, don't cry.
We just looked at each other. It was like,
but then I was like, I felt like the energy in the room was that everyone was so connecting and everyone was so open with each other that I felt comfortable to just be like, hey, I just want to introduce myself. Like, thank you for your work. And so it just felt, and actually, I interrupted a conversation she was having with Oprah. So I was like, I need to talk to Ava.
But they're friends. They were hanging out at lunch. I feel like that's okay.
No, totally. And Oprah was like, thank you for, you know, sharing. And so it just was really, it was really nice. I mean, I'm sure we'll continue to process
and take it in
throughout the next 24, 72 rest of our, I mean, how many people get to go to brunch with Oprah?
And like, all these amazing people. Even the curation of the room, it's like, there were some of these folks who are connected to Hollywood. There were these spiritual thinkers and doers. There were these igniters from the nonprofit sector. There were these, just such a breadth and array of change makers and influencers. And there was moments where I just looked around and I was like, this is the future. Like, this group, the people in this room, they understand their mission, they understand their purpose, they understand why they're here, and we're all on our journey, and like, we're still working it out, but we're doing the work. And we get to help each other do the work.
I just keep coming back to, and this is something that I feel like I always come back to when things happen, is like, we don't, like, the social movement of what Dream Girl is so strong. And like, the community and the Kickstarter backers and the women and men who are watching this right now, like, our community community of people who we are trying to serve is so strong that, like, again, we do not have a fucking film. So, like, the fact that we have been honored in this way, in this space, just because of our intention, back to Oprah's favorite word,
wow,
is just so, to me, that's really core shaking, because I know the work that we're doing is really good. I know the film that we produced is phenomenal, but nobody else does.
No one's seen it.
But you know what? Ingrid said the nicest compliment ever. And that was that I see the film through both of you, and I know the work that you're going to produce. And she was like, and I get it. And I feel like there's, you know, we share trailers, and we share the work, and we share the women's stories, and we share our story through the film and through our experience. But for her to be like, I get it, just because
she
I know
hadn't even seen the trailer.
Yeah, that was like,
that was the loveliest compliment.
It really was. It was really, really. It's kind of, and it really is a projection of, like, what the last year has been with, like, TED and Clinique and, you know, all of these different people who've taken interest in it. It's like they see the intention that we have, which is really special and astounding to me in every way, shape, or form.
Absolutely. How do you feel ignited from today?
You know, I don't think ignited is the right word, but, like, I think the sense of calm is that we've been working so hard. And today was like a validation that, like, it's like you're doing the right stuff, like everything is fine. It's almost not like an igniting. It's more of like a breath.
A release, a surrender.
Yeah. It's like a breath of, it's just a pause. Like, that it's okay, like, what you're doing is moving you forward. It just felt, it was, gratitude is not the right word, it was gratifying. It was just like a great moment of pause and being like, you're okay. And that felt really nice too.
I feel like I do feel ignited, and I feel ignited from, there was something about being in that room, and Oprah said this to us because we watched an episode of Super Soul Sunday with Cheryl Strait. And
what a great show. Let's just do a Super Soul Sunday. If you're not freaking watching it, go on your television or your computers, supersoulsunday.com.
.tv, supersoul.tv.
It's such a heartfelt, beautiful show, and if you're not watching it and you're enjoying content like the way Komal and I are talking right now, you need to be watching it. It really feeds you, but I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I completely agree, and it fed me. You know, it was funny the way that the room was set up. They had brunch tables all around, and me, Erin, and Ingrid happened to be sitting right in front of one of the TVs, and Oprah just was looking at us. Like, we were right in front of the TV that Oprah was watching, and there was just a moment on a commercial break.
Can we just pause? We were sitting at brunch, and Oprah was watching it. Like, that sentence that you're saying right now is just so, like, who goes to brunch with Oprah? Like, what? I feel like just all week I'm going to be like, did that happen? Like, where's the evidence?
It happened.
Yeah.
Where was I?
You again.
No, it's okay. So Cheryl Strait talks. Her book Brave Enough is like this compilation of quotes that she's said, and that her audience has given back to her as gifts of, like, this has changed my life. What you said has shifted me. And there's, during a commercial break, I was talking to Ingrid, and it came back to my cancer. It just came back to, and she just said, it's only been a month. Like, it's only been a month since you've been diagnosed. So for you to have processed it and to be present with it in this way, like, is just, it's wonderful. And in that moment, I just felt so present, and I just felt this wave, and I started tearing up. And then the next segment was Cheryl Strait talking about being with, or Oprah talking about a friend who was going through intense suffering, and a quote from Brave Enough being the salvation and the offering that she wanted to give to her friend. And she read the quote out loud, and I just started crying, and I was like, I'm crying, and Marie Forleo and Oprah and Ava, they're all, okay, I'm just gonna dab. But it was such a moment of gratitude, just like, I feel ignited. I went up to Oprah after, and I was like, Oprah, you came to Ottawa 3 years ago, and when I found out you were coming to my city, I pitched the founder of the company that was bringing you to Ottawa, and I started the phone call with, you don't know me, but you're gonna help me meet Oprah. And he did. He got me into the meet and greet, and when we were at the meet and greet, when it was my turn to go up and have my picture with Oprah, I said to her, Oprah, I just wanted to say hello because I'm going to meet you many times in my life and we're going to work together. And I just wanted to let you know that. And she just laughed and hugged me. I was like, what's your name? And I'm like, Komal. So today after brunch, I walked up to her, and because she saw me being so emotional, I just went up to her and she just hugged me. Like, no words, just like the biggest embrace. And then grabbed my hands and like walked me through the room, and I was like, can I share something with you as we walk? And she's like, yes, of course. And so I told her that story, and she's like, did you imagine it was going to happen this fast?
Ah!
And I said, no, I did not. And then she stopped and looked at me and said, you did this.
Oprah.
You did this. And then I told her that I had been diagnosed with cancer, and I just said, but what I've come to realize is that this work is going to make me well. And she just hugged me again, and I was like, oh, queen. And I said, thank you for creating a space for me to come to this realization, and for bringing us together in a way for us to understand what it is we're really doing, which is raising this consciousness, not just for ourselves and our work, but in the way that we can for society, for impact, for the people whose lives we want to help change.
How long ago was that?
Which?
The one you met her in Ottawa?
3 years ago.
3 years
Almost
ago.
exactly 3 years ago. It was April 2013.
Wow. What a great thing for her to say. Did you imagine it would happen
this fast?
Wow. That's the name of this episode. We had an episode name. I don't know if we're naming them, but that would be it. Crazy. Any final thoughts or feelings, or because I need to go pass out. We're both dead right now.
We're getting
the longest day, and everyone's texting.
I think
tweeting.
my greatest takeaway is remain generous. Keep being generous. The people here have, in their energy, in their advice, in their presence, those who have been generous have truly given us the greatest gifts we could ever imagine. And these are seeds. Like Erin used to say, or said in one of the previous videos, maybe you guys didn't see it because it was filmed to be in the film, but it's not in the film anymore. But she says when she was meditating around the Kickstarter and after the Kickstarter, she saw herself hucking seeds into a field and like throwing them into a field and just being in a space of hucking these seeds, and now we're finally seeing them come to life. And it's truly phenomenal. So be generous. Sorry, my little cousin is FaceTiming me. So just give me 1 second. Do you want to say yours while I turn FaceTime on?
Gosh. I feel like I don't know. This is gonna sound super cliche, and I'm getting emotional. You have to keep dreaming. Like, you have to keep putting these really audacious, big, crazy plans out into the world. Like, I just feel so in awe of the power of really wanting something bigger than yourself, bigger than everyone around you, bigger than the friends and the family and the success that you've grown up knowing. Like, really feeling like, yeah, like all of this has manifested because we wrote Oprah's name on Post-its 2 years ago. Like, we have never, ever, ever, and that's one of the reasons I love working with you, we have never dreamed small, not a goddamn day. It's always big, big, big. It's Oprah, it's OWN, it's Super Soul. And I feel like when we give ourselves permission to take up that space and see ourselves as being worthy, like, it's just, I'm just feeling so in gratitude of our ability to want really, really big things and want to do really crazy things. And I'm just, yeah, that's, that's it. Dream big, bitches.
Thank you all for helping us get to where we are today as well. Because so many of our favorite people, the people who have believed in us endlessly, our moms, our families, our friends,
This is like our Oscar speech.
have gotten us here.
Totally.
Oh, and the movie's not even out, you guys.
Yeah, well, we'll see you all June 9th.
June 9th, Paris Theater, New York City, or live streamed. The tickets will be live now. Hopefully sold out. Love you guys.
Bye, y'all. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.